Hello there, my name is Retro. The first time you see my channel, I use review cartoon series, anime series, or something completely random, and today will be 12 Forever. Now, if you probably heard this show, or at least for the pilot, how famous it is, because it's one of those original Cartoon Network pilots who was super liked, that everyone wanted to have their own series, but it chose different shows besides 12 Forever, and Netflix saw the potential, well, not the potential, the most people liked it. You say, oh, let's pick it up, see what happens. And this is the result of 12 Forever. Because 12 Forever, to explain it, it's only explaining kind of like Digimon. Yeah, it's the best way to describe it, but let me elaborate a little bit more. When it means something like Digimon, it can kind of get some of the themes of Digimon, kind of darkness, kind of have issues in your parents, issues with your brother, growing up, and that's basically the whole theme of the show, that sort of concept. One of the big examples is the main villain, Butt Witch. Butt Witch was created by 12. She doesn't want to grow up. She doesn't want to know how the body functions. She doesn't know the material of becoming a young woman. But till her mom give her some books, and she decided this is not for me. I don't want to learn anything. And she tried to basically escape for this magical place, this kind of island of imagination. And she decided to throw the books in the volcano so get rid of it. But unrealized or understanding, anything you do in this island could be alive by accident. When the example is burying it, or in this case, throwing in the volcano and becoming alive. In fact, this creature, Butt Witch, is creation of all this kind of insecurities of 12, of growing up, becoming a better woman or something like that. That she is technically not evil. She's basically referencing everything about growing up. She is the embodiment of fear of 12. That in itself is interesting because this Butt Witch is not technically evil. She's just there because she was made there. This is because of 12. That kind of insecurities. In that basically the theme of the basically island. Everything you do there sort of have a kind of like a, not a reference, but the best word, kind of like a reflection of the reality they face. Like one of her friends, Todd. Todd is his best friend of 12, but Todd has his own issues, like his brother leaving for college. He feels sort of lonely. Things sort of changing, like his father kind of midnight crisis, and doing kind of stupid things. Then Todd is trying hard to kind of discover himself or figure out what to do. In this desperation, he decided to create this kind of like a fake brother he's missed so much that he left, but it becoming something completely different, something he really doesn't need. But that something kind of takes some ideas from a kind of like foster and your friends. Every time you create something, it doesn't create what you want, it creates what you need. And that, I feel, is one of the big things about 12. This island kind of messes with the kids, but the same way messes with them to kind of face their whole kind of fears, their kind of the situation, to kind of force them to deal with it in a very comical and crazy way. In fact, I feel the island is sort of alive because everything they do, they sort of something strange happens or something dark happens. One of them actually kind of exploring the whole island to understand why this exists. In fact, why we the only kids who discovered this? If not, why or what is the purpose of? But you see the series, this island is basically is to serve the kids, to serve them kind of find out who they are. And that in itself is interesting. Of course, if the island lets you, the island has, you could say, its own agenda. Because every time they kind of figure out something or find something, it doesn't mean it's a bad thing or a good thing. It would be something completely random, like a kind of like a convenience store, for example, is one of the episodes. You find all their memories. Each memory has like a bag or a chip or sort of coke. They open it, it shows their own memories to everyone, but not all the good ones and all the bad ones. It's almost completely random, so it kind of face them. It's always kind of questioning, this is the test because of the kids to mature them more, or they just something completely random, or something even more sinister. That can itself make the series interesting, especially they go back to reality, back to kind of like normal life, normal situations, that it feels so unique. And especially the art style is just wow, it feels so 90s. Everything you see about the kind of like using VCR or tape recorder or camcorder or camera, some clothes, I mean every feels this was set in the 90s is one of the things that makes it so interesting and fascinating. Before I get, you also have the third member, somebody completely made up for the whole show, is Esther. Esther, how to describe her? She is basically kind of like Dipper, kind of shy, but kind of curious, awkward, trying to fit in kind of version of Dipper. This is basically how I describe Esther, but she is very entertaining and trying to be kind of fit in as the new girl. As the rest of the cast, like Todd, the first time you see Todd, he kind of changed race. The original, he was apparently white. Now he's Mexican or black. I'm undecided because I can't really pinpoint the race, but it really doesn't matter. It's one of those things that sort of change, especially how Todd is more music enthusiast. He loved music, kind of deal, more chillax. Yeah, like 12 also is kind of the same thing. You see the party, she's kind of crazy and wild. That she is basically kind of self-secure character. In fact, she's probably the most kind of layered character because anything she change, almost anything new kind of comes to her, she kind of freaks out in a very usual way. That because it's time of growing up, that kind of things. All three characters has their own unique personality. It kind of helps kind of to relate to them. I mean, there's a lot of things. It's very relatable things. In other words, like for example, like asking all your classmates to go to your birthday, they never come. That's kind of relatable because everybody's sort of afraid of that actually happening to them. In fact, that's I think one of the deepest fears of mine was a little kid that inviting someone and never come. That's kind of creepy and relatable in so many ways. And also how I kind of love everything. I mean, I can't really say much how incredible this series is, especially how the show has a kind of mid goal or this is weird place, but doesn't have a sort of arc. I mean, things happen, they do references, but never have a clear focus where they're going. The only is kind of episodic episode. This happened, they try to figure out how to do, like how kind of 12 and Esther relationship, that Esther is more close to her mom and 12 cannot be close to her mom because how different they are, because of how the age difference. I mean, there is one of the episodes of focusing that in itself, it's kind of interesting. Also, this show goes to certain places some comedies won't allow them. Like, this is a kind of family show. One of the jokes I'm trying to explain is basically where kind of 12's mom hugged both girls. They have kind of paint in their face, and the paint kind of stuck in her breast. Yeah, that's kind of thing you don't get away from Cartoon Network or any channel. I guess it's the only way to get away with it is a streaming service. I mean, this show has moments like that that's kind of hilarious and kind of surprising. And you feel this show is just great. I mean, it's just so much fun and experimental. It doesn't not afraid to go sort of dark places or question some of things. But at the end, it's almost just built for maturely and develop. In fact, it's one of the most unique shows, I guess, of this year because honestly, it's just sort of refreshing. Of course, if you're one of those people wasn't sure or didn't like the pilot, I did not like the pilot. I assure you, watch your first couple episodes. It kind of intrigues you to watch even more because how mature, kind of melancholy, kind of the show really is. Especially how the art style kind of complements it. In fact, I like how they use two different art styles. One is the island that feels kind of like a 90s trip, kind of enthusiasm kind of deal, to reality, kind of low, kind of background, chill, kind of boring place. You could easily see the huge difference where they one place on the other. In other words, that's kind of things that I enjoy most of the show. Well, I got nothing else to say, just I recommend it. It's fun, it's deep, it's relatable. I can't compliment it more. You have to complain something. I kind of wish they should have given more sort of more big a real kind of connection, not like a mystery. They try that, but it's more trying to disable that. Just this is just a fun show. Yeah, I'm okay with that, but I kind of like that they give it a little bit more like kind of mystery aspect, a little bit more. But all of that, the series is great. It's entertaining, especially how the villain is not just the villain. It's just there because she needs to be there. That in itself is kind of fascinating. Well, I got nothing else to say. Just thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe. I have a wonderful day. Bye.